Peace, quick live, think fast. I thought about how raising your vibration and autism, in essence, kind of is one and the same. In essence, like most people with quote unquote autism, and they call it autism, which is basically like somebody who is spiritually gifted or a being. Honestly, what it truly is just somebody, a high vibrational being that is so spiritually intelligent that they know that being a social human doesn't matter. Like, being social as a human is like, in an insane society, let's get that correct. Being social as a human in the insane society, it's like, that's not doing that. That's like the lowest form of being, dealing with being spiritual, So when you see these people with autisms and you see how like they're so awkward in social settings, but then they could play the piano with their eyes closed, or they could read what's on the chalkboard with their eyes closed, like just certain little abilities that are extremely heightened, you know what I'm saying? They could imitate noises or things of this nature very clearly, but reason being is because, and the same thing with spiritual growth, in order for you to put things in your body, so in order for you to put information or certain skill sets in, you gotta take all the old crappy stuff out, you know what I'm saying? But with people with autism being born and not having all that social programming pushed into them, because for one, they don't accept it, you know what I'm saying? In essence, like, you sitting there trying to teach them and they like, I'm not talking to you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm laughing at it because, it's not a bad thing. Like, autism, like Down syndrome, these things is like beings who chose to come down in that situation, and it's not like you gotta think of it as you gotta think about it from a perspective of a soul coming down to reincarnating how you want to live, But I did a video on that as well, but it relates to raising your vibration, because I think about, how like when you raise your vibration, or you tune your crown chakra, you barely could hold a conversation with a person. Like, you barely could small talk, and basically be social. And the same thing with autism, and they have that correlation of where, like, when you're so connected to a higher intelligence, like, all the human foolishness kind of just falls to the wayside. And it's like, why be sociable? Why do I have to jump through this hoop of being social when I know they have universal mathematics that's so deep that I want to get into and talk about, and I don't care about nothing else? Why should I have to be social? So just in the act of being social, I gotta learn about football so I can hold a conversation with somebody, like, and not seem like I have an autism, or not seem like I'm crazy in an insane in an insane society. It's like, you don't have to be social. And that's why too, I'm realizing with a lot of like the situation when I be talking and I like, oh man, I forgot where I was, That's another reason to that too, is like, the social norm is not the social norm in essence, We built a fake way of socializing down to soon as you're born. Matter of fact, I better just put that in perspective. Like, soon as you come out the womb, what's the way you're being talked to in most cases? Hey, like fake noise, instead of like, hey, you are a high vibrational being on a human experience. Let me show you around Earth and show you what you got to deal with. No, you, baby, we fake noisy. You know what I'm saying? It's because we built a fake social construct, and it trickles down and into the ego, which, and the ego is, just basically like a lower vibration, becomes that fake embodiment as well, in essence. But you just really see that raising your vibration or just being close to spirit has nothing to do with socializing on a human level. So all these people who walk around and people call crazy, guess what? They don't have to work no 9 to 5. That ain't the true existence anyway. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to be quote unquote sane in the insane society. So who's to say that they're crazy, you know, just because they're walking around talking to themselves, you know, walking around talking to higher beings, and just because you can't connect on that level, you know, they crazy, you know. Just because I can't feel energy from a crystals or universal frequency is crazy. You know? And that's the way of the world. Like, that's the way, not say that's the way it's gonna be, but, you know, that's the past, the way it has been in the past, as far as, you know, just that male construct, just idiotic logic. But we're moving out of that. But yeah, again, though, you could just see the correlation of, like, the autism, where, you know, in order to be able to play, say for instance, guys, I always go to that one because I remember watching a movie. It was like a Ripley's Believe It or Not, where some person had an autism and they couldn't hear or see, and they played music on a level, and two, they would even hit like some of the hard notes that most composers can't hit. You know what I'm saying? And they added a little extra flavor to it, you know. But you can't do that. It'd be very, very difficult to do that when you got what's going on with Donald Trump in your brain, or I'm wondering how to socialize at this party I'm going to, or, you know, just all that type of junk that is unneeded for your soul. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you might want to you know, reperceive or kind of clean up your perception of how you look at autism, you know, in essence, because, you know, it's a high vibrational situation. Remember, like, this world is insane, so to not be social in an insane society may be a great thing, you know, not just good, but a great thing, you know, like, being able to socialize is not something that helps your spirit grow. And certain individuals, when we incarnate in this physical being, you know, we take that stance fully by being incarnated with an autism. And matter of fact, say for instance, like, well, I'm a soul, I'm like, but I don't even want to deal with none of that human foolishness of socializing, none of that. When I go down there, I just want to be and deal with what I want to deal with. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down there as you know, with a quote unquote autism. You know, I want my shell to quote unquote develop some type of quote unquote autism. So, you know, I don't have to worry about being social, because, you know, in order to be accepted, that's funny. Like, in order to be accepted in this insane society, I have to go into a shell that has and I forgot that quick. How could I forget that word? Autism. Dang. I'm gonna go into a shell that has an autism just so I could fit in this insane society, you know, because I know that I don't have to socialize. So, but in order for me to fit in normally without socializing, I have to have an autism. So, all right, when I go to incarnate, you know, and come through my mom's portal, I'm gonna come through with the autism just to make sure you know, I could not be treated as extremely, you know, like an outcast. Because it was funny, is it's so insane in this society, they still gonna treat me like an outcast in essence, you know. But that's another thing too, like that that's just so I ain't even gonna get into it. I'm gonna just leave it at that comparison though, like just how the autism and raising your vibration, you know, and how socializing, like, you know, what's the social norm, quote unquote, of socializing in an insane society is not necessarily a great thing, you know. So kudos to the souls who knew better and came down with an autism, or, you know, that decided to pick up an extra chromosome or whatever, you know, and say, I'm not dealing with y'all socially, I'm just here for the experience. So, you know, I'll come down with what y'all may call you know, Down syndrome or whatever, you know, whatever diagnosis you have for this shell, you know, I'll come down with that to be the soul that I want to be, you know what I'm saying, or to experience the earthly plane the way I want to experience it, I'll come down in this shell. You know, I always bring up too, like, you know, with the babies, that's the experience, you know. Like, it's some karma where, oh, I'm just supposed to dip into the earthly plane for about a couple of minutes, and then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Because a couple of minutes too, y'all fail to realize these different dimensions. What it is, a couple of minutes in the earth plane could be, you know, so much different time in other planes, you know. So that's something else as well. But just wanted to, you know, share that with y'all on the beach. Vibing in that detachment mode, loving this beach life, you know. But peace, happen now. Now is the vibrate, of course. We're not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past.